Hey everyone, it's Wednesday the 14th of May. The time is 5 to 3 in the morning. I am actually feeling a little bit tired, but it's so hot I just don't want to go to bed. This flat gets so hot, it's colder outside and I'm not kidding. I'm really not kidding. Anyway, today's video is just a vlog. Just want to talk about what I've been up to and some upcoming videos, video ideas and things. I did have a go to, well, technically yesterday now, but I scrapped the videos. I can't get those particular videos right at the minute, so they're taking a bit of work. I'll talk about those later in the video. But first, a rant about Facebook. I'm sure that's the only thing I ever rant about on this channel is Facebook. Usually Marketplace as well. As in this case, it's about Marketplace. So, Saturday just gone, I put one of my PCs up on Marketplace. It was one of those I got for free a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, a couple of weeks ago now. Nearly 3 weeks ago. It's the upright Lenovo with the handle on the top. Can handle the SSD in it. Nice little machine. Just a filthy one as well, if you remember that one from the video. I had to take a sponge to it and give it a good clean. Yeah, I was just basically I was short on some cash. Just wanted enough to tie me over until today, because today is my payday. So I thought I'd just stick it up in Marketplace for 30 quid. It's a good working machine. I actually stole the SSD out of it and put hard drives in it. 2 hard drives, so there's one in there for storage. Put a little GPU thing in there. Just because. Yeah, and just stuck it up on Marketplace. It's got fresh installed Windows 10, you know, it's good to go. I've had 3 replies since that advert has been live, just 3. And all 3 of them were just a total waste of time. The first one was the obligatory scammer. You guarantee you're going to get at least one every time you upload list something on Marketplace. The second one, I guarantee I'll get at least one of these as well. Someone offering me silly money was offering me a tenner for it. And I was like, no. I could literally take it apart and sell the guts of it on eBay, you know, for a lot more than that, which I would actually rather do. I'd rather just dismantle it and put the bits on eBay. I'd probably get tenner alone for the GPU, if not a bit more. Anywho, the third one, which was actually the following day, so this one I woke up to Sunday morning. And he actually seemed rather legit, and I don't understand why he did what he did, but there's just better ways you could have gone about it, but here we are. So, you know, he did the usual, what 99% of people do, they send the default message, you know, is this available? You know, and I replied, yep, still available. Great, when can I come and collect it? So I said, anytime today, I'm in all day, you know, got no plans. She said, I'm a couple of hours or so away. Where he said he was is not a couple of hours away, but anywho, you know, so he said it'll be like a couple of hours. Like, okay, gave him my address, you know, yeah, everything seemed hunky-dory. A few hours had gone by, I hadn't heard anything, so I went and checked the messages on the computer, because the first message I was sending was through my phone, because, you know, first thing in the morning, I had to go to the bathroom. So, yeah, I checked it on here, and the last message I had, which didn't even flash up on the desktop, that I'd even got a message from him, that I'm on my way, be a couple hours. That was it. Then I noticed right at the bottom that I couldn't send a message back, and it said this person cannot be contacted on Messenger. So I went back to my phone, had a look on there, couldn't access his profile, this page cannot be displayed. So he obviously blocked me for some reason. I mean, why do that? I've got a screen cap of the conversation if anybody wanted to see it. No, I wasn't rude, I wasn't aggressive, I was just everything normal. I just don't understand it. Now, if he changed his mind or realised that was just too far to drive for a £30 computer. Because I did think that, I thought, why would you want to drive? He's actually at least an hour away, maybe an hour and a half depending on traffic. Probably actually, with all the bloody roadworks in this county, it probably would be a couple of hours away actually, now that I think about it. But you know, you could have just messaged me and said, yeah, sorry mate, you know, I've changed my mind, it's a bit too far for me to drive. You know, or just something like that, or just simply, you know, he's changed his mind, you know. I would have been, yeah, okay, you know, I'm fine with people changing their mind. I changed my mind, we all change our minds. You know? I like to be told, so I know where I'm at, you know, so I'm not sitting here like a lemon waiting for someone to turn up that's not turning up. That's why it annoys me. Oh well, it is what it is, and actually since then I've had no replies. I've still got 2 bicycles on Marketplace as well, I can't get rid of them. 2 mountain bikes, nice bikes, in full working order, retro mountain bikes, the 1990s, one's a rally and one's a, well, what I would have considered a budget bike. Literally for the budget bike, I think it's made by Universal actually. I've put it up for sale for exactly what I bought it for, 30 quid. That seems to be my favourite number lately, you know. How much do you want for that, bud? 30 quid. Oh well, I might give it till the weekend and I'll just delete the ads and re-upload them again, make some new ones. So I don't think Facebook's renew feature does anything personally. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to take some Lego models off Marketplace as well. Young lad bought them. He and his mum came and picked them up this evening. £6. Do feel kind of cheeky because I paid £1 for the pair of those models out of a charity shop. 50p each. I had intended to keep them, but yeah. Like I said, I just needed a bit of cash. I was just putting anything and everything up on Marketplace. Actually, that's an exaggeration, it wasn't anything and everything. I had 4 in total. So I had that one with it. You weren't interested in that one. You weren't interested in that one either. So I'm just going to put these 2 on Marketplace. I don't know, a fiver. Oops. The cab got a bit squished. There we go. Yeah, because I didn't mind splitting them. Pardon me. I'll tell you what, cream soda is a lot better when it's ice cold. I think that's getting close to room temperature now, it's not as nice. I can handle ordinary Pepsi Max at room temperature, that don't bother me really. Yeah, it's just the flavour changes, if that makes sense. Or maybe I just like ice cold drinks. Anyway, moving on. Upcoming videos. A die-cast haul when I get my 2 parcels. One of the chaps I bought from has got a lot of parcels to post. He's always buying and selling. I'm not sure if he actually collects or if he just buys to sell. But yeah, I've got another fairly big box from him. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent because I don't want to think about it, but yeah. Anyway, it was worth it. I've got some decent stuff in there. No more than what I would have spent at a car boot sale, actually, if I could, you know, on a good day, if I go there and find lots of stuff. Alsham's a bit hit and miss sometimes. It just depends what the diecast guy's got in his stall as well. So yeah, there will be a diecast. I've got some stuff actually right beside you on the Lego City, which I will do a separate video on, because I've got two boxes. I've got one from Mixpage, who does a lot of auction format on Facebook, on UK diecast sales. And I've got another one from one of the admins. I've been building a box with an admin over the last sort of month and a half-ish, maybe even 2 months now. And I noticed he put a straight up sale on the group this afternoon, so I picked, I think, about 4, maybe 5 vehicles out. I spent like £2 something on them. And when he messaged me, I said, you know, could have a total including postage for the box, because I'll get the box, please. So yeah, so I've paid for that. But yeah, I don't even know how many models I have run from that Mixpage. Don't even want to think about it. Some of those were from a straight up sale. He was running 21 auctions. And I actually replied to him because he does like the everyone tag. And I replied on the post. I said, I don't know how you managed to keep up with all of this. And that's when I discovered he's like me. He's autistic. You know, he said he gets his head down, he gets stuck into it and whatnot. So I thought, well, that actually makes sense. My brain couldn't. I don't think my brain could cope. Not with that many auctions. I'm thinking of doing one on the group. This is a bit of an experiment, just to see, you know, if I could cope with it and whatnot. I've actually got some stuff down there in a box that he might be interested in. I do keep my eyes open for Kat over at The Adventures of a Norfolk Kitten, stuff that she can put in her junkyard that she wants to make for her model railway. But that stuff is all large scale models, is way too big. In theory, Matchbox and Corgi and whatnot are a bit too big, but it's a scrapyard, so it's not going to matter too much, is it? I've got some more stuff down there that I forgot I had as well. There's a box underneath it. So yeah, there's that, and I'm also wanting to do some more computer related videos. I tried today to do them, and I can't get them the way I want, or I'm forgetting to add things. And I did have them on the computer, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try again, so I just deleted them. But yeah, there is a few. I want to go through my laptop collection, power them all up for you, and let you see what I've actually got up in the cupboard. And I thought that'd be fun to, you know, get them out and have a look, refresh my own memory on what I've got and what works and what doesn't. In fact, I have got rid of a few. I did put 3 vintage ones up on eBay. One is down there that I've got to ship tomorrow, and 2 are through there. What are the other things? Oh, Kat actually requested a video where I talk about things like computer RAM and computer processors and all that sort of stuff, because when we were on a video chat the other night, I was telling her about her computer that we traded with, She wasn't understanding all the numbers and things. So I thought, yeah, I can do a video on that. So that's one that I would like to do, and perhaps just explain, probably very poorly because I'm not very good at explaining things, you know, how it all works and why it's actually important, and why a motherboard is so called. Spoiler alert, it's just because everything plugs into that motherboard that is the central part of the computer. Anyway. I think that is it for planned videos for now. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a die-cast haul video tomorrow. I was in charity shops today and found some. And yesterday, I sold one of my vintage computers. So, I think, yeah, it was over a week ago now. I met a guy on Facebook, and he lives here in town. You know, he dropped me a message on Facebook completely out of the blue. You know, I wouldn't have known him from Adam. He was very apologetic for just messaging out of the blue, but he'd done a Facebook search for retro computers, and a post I'd made on my own profile had shown up in the search results. Because I keep my Facebook profile open because it's just easier for anyone on the Facebook groups, i.e. either admin for others or my own, to message me if they need assistance from an admin. Because if I private or make my profile private, they can't do that. But anyway, yeah, I was actually quite ecstatic that I had a genuine person messaging me and just wanted to chat about retro computers. I am so used to, over the years, getting bloody just spammers, basically, in my inbox. All the message requests, that's pretty much all it is. I mean, there's one point I was just getting an influx of all these bloody bots trying to get you to go to various adult sites. I would have just messaged them, you know, F off, but it's a bot, it's not going to do anything, is it? It's literally just a bot that's designed to send these messages out. And I guarantee in a few days those accounts are all deleted by Facebook anyway, because they never verify them. And it's just literally an account that they set up to send as much of it out as possible. That's all it is. And I still get these actually sometimes. Have you heard about such and such scheme, you know, and if you message here you can get money back or whatever, or friggin' a refund, blah 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 blah, bullshit. That's what I usually get, aside from messages from friends on my Facebook and whatnot. I have had the odd message request, you know, just people asking general questions because they've seen something I've put on one of the groups or something. Nothing nasty, just general messages. So yeah, it was very nice to actually meet someone with a similar interest, and I live right here in town. So yeah, we're friends now. But he's now bought from me 3 of my vintage desktops and 1 laptop. I'm actually surprised myself because I didn't expect I'd be so willing to let them go. I don't really miss them either. So far he's bought my smallest of the Desk Pros that I think I got it last year as spares repairs. I bought like 4 different computers off eBay as spares repairs, so I had some vintage projects. I didn't have any vintage computers. Apart from 1. And I had the I've still got the matching 2 Desk Pros, and then I had that taller, no name on the case one as well, which I believe was actually sold as untested, which, if I remember correctly, it did work when I got it here. Yeah, he bought my Viglin with MS-DOS and Windows 3.1 on it. I've still got my Viglin laptop, so I'm going to keep that because that's got the same on it. What else? The smallest of the 3 Desktop Pros, or Desk Pros I should say. Viglin. Oh, and that tall one, which yesterday we spent a few hours building it into a Windows XP gaming rig. I admit I did want to keep it until I discovered that the motherboard had failed. The motherboard, did I? Oh, it's here. I've actually got the caps removed, and these were what I was going to try and replace them with, but let's see if I can order some new ones. So, on this board, I'll quickly show you. There's 3 spaces here, right behind this parallel port. 1, 2, and 3. The caps had bloated. And by bloated, I mean the tops had, that's one of the replacement ones, but yeah, the top had puffed upwards. Which is a good sign that the capacitor is either bad or going bad. In fact, I've got another motherboard through there I've discovered has got the same problem. And I've just noticed that there's another one right there which has just started to. It doesn't look brilliant. But I'm not very good at soldering, especially on boards like this, so I thought I'd give it a go, and I'm going to give it a go with the other one as well. I mean, I can't really break what doesn't work. That's the way I see it. It already doesn't work. So if I completely mess it up, I've not really lost anything, have I? I'm still in the same position. I've still got another board that don't work. So yeah, when I discovered that, I thought, well, let's build it into an XP rig for him, because he'd asked me to, like, last week, to build him one. So I thought, why not? So we bought that as well. Yeah, I did a bit of spending money in the end. I don't know what noise that just made. I don't know what it landed on, but I didn't like them. Oh, DVD cases. That's right. Yeah, that's where I got the charity shop die cast from. I spent like £4.50 in one. About £8 in the other one. I didn't spend a lot. The other thing I've been doing is going through some of my computer components in the cupboard, all the RAM and whatnot. I tested all my DDR RAM, found a handful of dud ones, and I finally managed to go through my older SODIMM RAMs. That was one of the reasons I wanted to get the old computers out and a couple of the older motherboards out of my cupboard, just to discover that they didn't bloody work. Because the SODIMMs, they go back to like the mid to late 1990s. They have 2 notches on the stick, so you can identify them. So I needed an older motherboard so I could try them, so couldn't use this one that I just showed you because that didn't work. So I got 2 more out of my cupboard that would accept that RAM. One of them was very intermittent and would not turn on or off with the button. As soon as I plugged power into the power supply, it powered on. So I was turning it on and off using the switch on the power supply, but it would only do that like 3 or 4 times before it just quit working. And I'd have to leave it like, I don't know, about half an hour or so, go back to it, and it would do the same thing again, so that was just ticking me off. And then there's another board that had the exact same symptoms as this one. It would power on, the fans and everything would spin, no picture out to the screen. But I can't see no puffy capacitors on that motherboard. That doesn't mean they haven't gone bad. You know, they don't have to puff up to be bad. So I'm going to guess it's got the same problem. Bad caps. They're just not showing obvious signs of it. So in the end I went in my cupboard in the hallway. Snow is sitting down by the front door and she was just staring blankly at the floor. Then suddenly she looked up at me and like, what are you looking at? She realised she was being watched. Anyway, got my Windows 98 computer, my E-machines, out of the cupboard in the hallway. That worked. So I used that to test what RAM I could, actually. So yeah, I've been having a bit of a sort out. I'm very short on GPUs at the minute. In fact, I do not have any AGP type GPUs. I don't think, apart from the 2 desktop pros I've got now, that I actually have any machines that use them. I also can't remember if I've put one in there, in either of them or not. And neither of my cats have been very active for the last couple of days. It's been bloody hot. This flat gets like a sauna but without the steam. So yeah, that's why I've got the fan going still at 3:20 in the morning. Oh, I just yawned my jaw popped. Oh. Actually, I think I'm going to shut the PC down now. But before I shut the camera down, is there anything else I can think of? My stepdad got another van over the weekend. Pardon me. A Peugeot something or other. Got less get up and go in it than my moped, I swear, but it's a van. Yeah, because a few weeks ago he had the van broken into and all the power tools stolen. Left everything else, just took the power tools. And they'd actually, the same thieves had actually hit several vans that night right across Norfolk. So I'd gone on a bit of a spree. But of course, it was a 2009 Mercedes Vito, so a van that old is just going to get written off by the insurance company. It's going to be, you know, more than the van's worth to fix it. So yeah, I gave him a hand Sunday and just loaded that back up and whatnot. Honestly, it's a comfortable van. It's another 2009. There's a 2009 Peugeot something or other. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was helping him to set up insurance on it. Because he'd done a Go Compare thing and Marshmallow was the cheapest company, so he went with them. But of course they needed identification and verification and blah blah blah, so he had to take selfies and all sorts of stuff. He's not that familiar with doing things like that, so I gave him a hand to do that. In my mum's lounge. My phone was in mum's kitchen, beside mum actually, because she was sitting on her favourite spot in the kitchen. So once I'd done all of this with, you know, with my stepdad helping him get the insurance on the van with Marshmallow, I literally walked from the lounge into the kitchen, picked up my phone, Unlocked it, went to Facebook, started scrolling through my feed. You know what the first bloody advert was? For Marshmallow. I hadn't even used my phone at all while helping my stepdad. It just sat in the kitchen, doing nothing. Just sat there. You know, didn't have no reason to use my phone. And then I get an ad, conveniently, for the insurance company, you know, that we just set up insurance with for his van. So I'm starting to believe these rumours where people say, you know, your phone listens to you, because how else would it have known? Unless that was one hell of a coincidence. How else would it have known? I mean, it's possible. Your phone's got a microphone, so all it needs is like an AI just to listen to keywords, doesn't it? That's all it needs. I mean, I don't... Call me sceptical, but I don't want to say, you know, these phones are outright spying on us. But, you know, who knows now? I'm starting to wonder, just from that. I mean, I can understand on desktop, when I go to sites, I haven't been for ages, because, you know, Temu is now just selling bloody absolute shite. Start off, you know, not too bad, but yeah, no, not now. But if I visit a site like Temu, or eBay, or even Amazon, literally, as soon as I've come off that website and I go back to Facebook and I refresh my feed, I'm going to get the adverts pop up for them. Because that's what their tracking cookies do. So it can... The idea is it caters adverts to your interests. That's the idea behind it. I find it doesn't always work. Because I get sponsored ads pop up in my feed from... all because friends have liked it. So it's something my friends are interested in, and now I'm getting bloody spammed with that poxy sponsored advert as well. Because it does. It just spams you. And I get so fed up with it, in the end I just hide the ad. I think, you know, my option to select is irrelevant. Because 9 times out of 10, they are. It's not anything I'm interested in. So that's another thing I can rant about Facebook, their bloody sponsored ad system. And I actually had one the other day, and I'm not kidding, that was an outright adult themed advert. With pornographic material, I'm not kidding, that's what popped up as a sponsored advert through Facebook. Totally breaking their rules. Which, to me, actually proves that before these adverts go live, Facebook doesn't vet them, they don't check them. It's almost as if, you know, they don't care so long as that's paying money, you know. Because these sponsored adverts, they cost money. I've seen other things pop up, bloody scams. Like for Royal Mail and Lego, you know, we have hundreds of boxes, hundreds of returned boxes, blah blah blah, to give away. And you tell us a fake photo that they use, but they're in the sponsored bloody adverts. How hard is it for a website like Facebook to actually vet the sponsored adverts? I mean, heck, they've got AI that watch you, because every time you bloody, you know, say something wrong, the AI will pick it up, and you could end up getting an an AI-generated ban, basically, or a telling off. If you haven't got too many strikes against your account, you might just get a telling off. In fact, I got a telling off from Facebook the other day for a post on my group that I didn't even post. But everything was worded as if it was me that posted it. I don't even know what it was, because, as always, Facebook doesn't tell you what you've posted. Heck, I don't mind getting into trouble for something I've done, but not for stuff I haven't done. I don't know, Facebook just seems really weird these days. I was reading the other day that Mark Zuckerberg was going to do something with AI. I just thought to myself, he can't even get it to work the bloody website properly. How's he going to get it to do whatever it was he wanted it to do? I'm sure there's something else. The clock's on the wonk for some reason. I don't know why, because I've not touched it. It's a bit concerning. I had a threaded bar fall over this evening and I wasn't even anywhere near it. I was actually over here where I am now. The cats weren't anywhere near it either. It was the first time I've had things randomly move. I had a torch just literally jump off of this table the other day. Literally jump. It wasn't on anything. It wasn't bounced or on anything. It was perfectly on this table and away from the edge. And I just literally, I'm sitting here and I just saw it literally just bounce to the edge and then off onto the floor. And I'm like, what the hell? Explain that one. And I can guarantee if I actually had a camera running, nothing like that would happen. It never does. I would actually like to do some ghost hunting, you know. Never been, and it's always intrigued me, you know, when these people go into like abandoned houses and things that's said to be haunted. I mean, you got the Spirit Talker app on your phone. I'm not convinced that actually works. Reason being, if you actually get hold of your phone and you shake it like that, you can get it to trigger. That's why I'm not 100% convinced. Although I could be convinced by like the light up cat ball trick, because they are pretty damn sensitive, those cat balls. And I have got, because I traded for this last week for one of those computers, an EMF meter. Now, they do work, they do detect electromagnetic fields, that's what EMF stands for. But it took me a while to figure out why, when I'm sitting in a room like this, right in the middle, I can get the lights to trigger. And I noticed it was every time I get close to this wall. Then I figured out what it was, with the help of my mobile phone one night actually. It's the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi triggers these. So if you're going to be using one of these in an active house like this, or an active flat or whatever, the home, you need to make sure you turn everything off, including the Wi-Fi. The only reason I figured it out is because I noticed that every time I put my phone into airplane mode and then turned airplane mode off, these lights would flicker every time, so it's picking up that signal from that thing. Yeah, I moved my router over here because I was getting fed up with it perched on the edge of the shelf up here. If I go near it, look at that. If I come away from it, back towards it. The closer I get, the more it lights up. The more it goes nuts. That's what it was doing every time I turned the airplane mode on and off on my phone the other night. I suppose those that use these and do ghost hunts on a regular basis they would know that, but I've never done it. I've never used one of these, so I'm learning. Because once I turned all... Ooh, I disappeared. There we go. Once I turned everything off and let the phone into airplane mode, that just sat there with a green light on in the bedroom. That's it. Yes, I do actually have that Spirit Talker app on my phone. I don't know what to think about it, because I have had things come through on that are very close to home. You know, I have had it say, I like the lights, more than once. In my bedroom, which is full of lights. So, you know, it might be something that does actually work, and that the spirits can, you know, actually use it to come through. But it could also be, you know, that it can be triggered by the other things, maybe. I don't know. All I would say is, you know, you be the judge. Oh, I'm not out to actually prove to anyone, you know, that ghosts and ghoulies exist. I just find it interesting. And having had experienced a lot of things through my life, you know, that very unexplainable. Yeah, I do believe that something happens. You know, that there are spirits of some sort out there, but one thing that irritates me today as well is that with all modern technology and all this fancy AI and video editing software and whatnot, it's very easy to fake and make very convincing videos. You know, there's also a lot out there that are very obviously fake. But then you find out that was the intention, you know, that the people that originally uploaded it never intended it to be taken seriously, you know. I've seen videos where they were like for a school project or something. They've just uploaded it to the internet and people have actually believed it. So yeah, I'm not the sort of ghost enthusiast, I don't really know what to call it, that would believe that, why are you staring into the bathroom now? She does that a lot, she will just stare at things. Anywho, yeah, I'm not the sort that would believe that everything is paranormal. I'll always try to find a logical explanation. But one thing happened in this flat one night that I just can't explain. And I'm not convinced that the explanations I were given were actually true. Because it was summertime, like it is now, zero wind at all, dead still, a dead still summer's night. About 2 o'clock in the morning, and I've noticed that every weird thing that has happened in this flat has always been around 2 to 2:30 in the morning. But I had a bedroom door up at the time. I hadn't actually been in this flat that long. A year or two? No, in fact, I'd actually only just moved into the flat, because I remember I didn't have a bed. I was using sofa cushions as the bed. Bedroom window was open, but like I said, there was zero wind. It was still. It was hot, it was sweaty. And that bedroom door slammed shut. And I mean slammed shut. I tried replicating it in the morning with all the force I could put behind it, and I could not get that door to slam the way it did that night. So, you know, I've been puzzled by that ever since. Okay, I've got a smudgy down by my feet, and Snowy's actually just came in here from the hallway. Sometimes she likes to sleep down by that front door, and I'm guessing it's because there's a nice breeze that comes in underneath it. Anywho, I'm going to end the video here and go and get some sleep, because I'm supposed to be going to my dad's tomorrow and do a bit of garden work for him. I have sent him a message, you know, to see if he's still alright for today and whatnot. So, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. If you have any comments, thoughts, questions, etc. in the comment section below. If you liked the video, then hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.